Review code provided by Versus Evil for nintendad.co.uk. Yaga is a top-down action RPG with its own story using the backdrop of Slavic folklore. It features the pioneer of chicken leg home decor, Baba Yaga. However, you play as Ivan, a one-handed blacksmith who is being set on made-up quests by the Tsar in attempts to be rid of you. With each quest, you are given your grandmother advises you to see Baba Yaga for help. Thus begins a cycle of helping villagers out to get what you need for Yaga before you can find what the Tsar wants. The maps are partly randomly generated with key points within. As you traverse, there will be combat encounters that lock you in until all enemies are defeated. Your main weapon is a hammer, which can be hit or thrown and called back. As you progress, you will unlock new sub-weapons to forge, such as shovels, grappling hooks, and a bare hand. These use your stamina meter, which also gets depleted when hit, serving as a very small shield for your health bar. Magic items are also available, though I often use them by accident as they're mapped to the R button. You can also equip talismans for effects. Most importantly is your ability to roll, especially as Ivan moves very slowly. As with most top-down action games, combat is a little difficult, though if you are a coward you can spend most encounters rolling away and throwing a hammer, and later additions to your weapons and person can increase your ease in combat. As a blacksmith, you are able to forge your own weapons. These are done with ores, and once you upgrade your anvil you can add extra enhancements. Instead of going through an upgrade path, different ores have attributes such as silver for the unclean or gold for a long reach. The additional enhancements give extra buffs such as more critical hits or chain lightning strikes. In amidst the perpetual fetch quests, monster slaying and forging, you have a bevy of choices. Any scenario you come across will have multiple approaches such as doing things for free, stealing, or asking for money. There are 4 personality paths, being righteous, foolish, selfish, and aggressive. This ties into the bad luck system, as you'll gain bad luck from making choices contrary to yourself. There are various things that increase how fast your bad luck goes up. Once Full Liko finds you and breaks your currently equipped weapon, rids any blessings you had, and might steal some items. Playing the righteous path, you might initially find yourself plenty broke, but after wasting my money on a blessing, I didn't bother much with spending, as blessings also increase your bad luck, and from then on I will perpetually build up bad luck, meaning I had to forge weapons for the sake of it, and ensure I wasn't holding a good one if I was close to filling. Unfortunately, you cannot escape the bad luck, as I was presented a moment where I could not make a choice fitting my path. While that mechanic ties well into the story, it also gives a feeling of never being ahead and needing to ensure I wouldn't become defenseless. Not all choices are about avoiding bad luck. Before a trip you can choose what temporary buff to receive, and once successfully returning you will have learned something, giving you a permanent buff choice. Additionally, upon death you have a few more chances. You can also influence the story through your personality, which will give you different endings. The game has an illustrated style, which is always appreciated in a 2D game. Ivan is mirrored, which is especially noticeable because he has only one hand. While that's disappointing, there are still various character designs, including sidetrack characters and a few different environments to traverse. Some monster designs are also based off Slavic mythology, such as Vodyanoi. New areas are given somewhat animated introductions. The game has full voice acting, which is a welcome change for games around this price range. Yaga's soundtrack is mostly done by the band Subcarpati. When I was in the village, I had to turn it off as it was very loud and ill-fitting, but aside from that track, the rest suits the setting in an interesting way and helps to make the game stand out. Loading screens are a little long, more so when handheld. One issue I had was that I couldn't remap my controls and the second stick was useless. Sometimes I could hit what was in front of me, and other times the game would auto-aim to the closest opponent, making the game difficult beyond intent. Many of the bosses would often move out of my reach, making it tedious without using the right sub-weapon. I had to roll everywhere as it was much faster than walking, which, once the maps got bigger, became very annoying, especially as you could only expand the mini-map, not view it in full. The game is full of choices, but mostly siphons you into a particular path. It could be ripe for repeat playthroughs because of these and the generated levels, but I feel one trek through the story, even if only a couple of sessions long, might be enough for most people. As someone who usually only plays this genre of game in multiplayer, the way the story was integrated with choices was a great way to make me want to push forward. Yaga has a rarely used setting, thematic integration with gameplay, and full voice acting. These touches that are what adds to a great game are slightly let down by its very systems and early basic gameplay. I give Yaga a 6 out of 10. Be sure to check out nintendad.co.uk for plenty of Switch reviews.